Now, one of the really fun and cool aspects of the games is you live in Magic City, which is divided up amongst a bunch of different districts, and the districts are always changing and moving around because as the trolls, encounter different cultures, they have different inspirations, and then that affects the actual troll districts. So you can even adventure around the Magic City of the trolls as well. Obviously, those endeavors aren't going to keep Magic City aloft, but it might be fun to do.
I'm Nerdarchy Ted.
And I'm Nerdarchy Dave.
Welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds. Alright, so it looks like we got a new game to talk about today, and this one is Over the Troll Bridge.
Yeah, so Nerdarchy plays other RPGs is a kind of series we do every once in a while. Today we're going to talk about a game a friend of ours made, and we got to even play on the channel, Over the Troll Bridge. It's colorful, it looks gorgeous, and it was a lot of fun to play.
I would wholeheartedly agree. Brian Cullen is the creator of Curation, as well as the Over the Troll Bridge RPG.
The premise of the game is real simple. You live in Magic City. Magic City is over top of a huge volcano lava thing. It's sinking. But if you feed the turbines, various things, the furnaces and the turbines, they melt stuff down, they turn it into energy, they power the turbines. It keeps it from sinking. But you need to go find things in order to do said thing.
So this is a rule set that is based off of Down We Go, another essentially hack of that system, and it makes it super streamlined, super easy to run and play.
So I guess, in RPGs, let's start with the thing everyone wants to know.
Dice.
Dice. What are the dice you're going to use for this game?
It's real simple. It's a D20 system, and then occasionally you need a D6 to kind of roll randomly for a handful of things, but it's primarily you just use that D20 and, you're going to add a simple stat modifier to it, or a simple stat to it. All right, so since we're talking about dice, let's get into rolling. The game operates on a difficulty scale. When players roll a d20, you're going to add your level for any appropriate ability. The higher the number, the greater the chance of success. For difficulties not associated with a creature or a villain, you're going to use this chart. If it's very, very easy, it's a 7. You've done this before, is a 9. 11 shouldn't be too challenging. A 13 is average, 15 is challenging, 17 is very hard, and 19 is extremely difficult.
So we now know kind of like the very general premise and how the mechanics work. They're very simple. The dice 6 also works. It gets used for your initiative, and I think like a 4 through 6, your troop goes. That's what your party, your adventuring party, is kind of called in this game. You have a troop of trolls, and what you're going to do is you're going to leave Magic City. And when you leave Magic City, you're going to go explore and try and find things to bring back. And you do this by going over the troll bridge, essentially. And there are several different types of troll bridges, and they mean something different.
So you're going to drop a d20. A 1 through 5 is a rope bridge. You can explore up to 4 areas before you have to come back, because the bridges are magical and they're going to go away. So if you go too far, you're not going to be able to make your way back. A 6 through 10 is a wood bridge. You can explore up to 5 areas. 11 through 15 is stone. You can explore up to 6. And a 16 through 20 is metal. You can explore up to 8 areas before you've found too much loot and have to come back.
So you may find this part very surprising. You have 4 different trolls you can choose from, and they happen to correspond with the bridges.
So rope, wood, stone, or metal.
And they, based on the type of troll you pick, each troll has 4 backgrounds to choose from, so there's even some variety amongst them. And when you start off the game, you get basically 2 stat points that you get to place wherever you want, after you've chosen your background.
Yeah. So those stat points are going to be between nimble, magical, resourceful, or brawny. You put 2 points in any stat or combination of stats. You assign 1 ability for each level in those stats, so you've got nimble, magical, resourceful, and brawny. And then whatever your highest level in those stats is equal to your health. So if you go 1 and 1, that means you're going to have 1 health, which pretty much means that, 1 hit point of damage and you're done. Yeah. But, this is a very loosey-goosey style game, so, it makes it pretty easy to just be like, well, I'm just going to roll up a new troll.
Yeah, but it does give you more variety of the things you're good at, and by putting a point in different abilities, you get to choose from different things. Ultimately, you're still going to get the same amount of 2 abilities when you start the game.
Absolutely. Your hit and defense are pretty much linked to those same stats. So your brawny is going to equal your to hit, and your nimble is going to equal your to defense. This is another game where the DM doesn't touch dice. So if something is attacking you, you're going to roll your nimble, and if you're attacking something else via punchy or via swinging a weapon, you're going to roll your brawny.
Now, you can start with basically whatever gear you kind of want, but you can only hold 10 odd items, and this is really important because you need to be able to bring things back to feed the furnaces keep the turbines going, to keep the Magic City aloft.
Yeah, so I would say, a good get is a couple of shields, because a shield is going to stop 1 point of damage from coming in, and then it breaks. So you've got items on the way out, they break, replace them with loot for the way in.
And then leveling in this game is very simple. After each session, you just gain a point, put it where you want. And I think it's after you gain 3 points, you gain another health point.
Yeah, so for every 3 points in a stat, you're going to gain an additional health point. So that means if you go right to bum rushing, I put 2 points in magical, and then I gain, a level, and I put another point in magical. That means you're going to have 4 health by my math. But then if you start putting points in other things, you're not going to gain health for a while until you've got 3 in another stat, or you put 5 in. So until you put another point into that one that you've already got 3.
Now, one of the really fun and cool aspects of the games is you live in Magic City, which is divided up amongst a bunch of different districts, and the districts are always changing and moving around because as the trolls, encounter different cultures, they have different inspirations, and then that affects the actual troll districts. So you can even adventure around the Magic City of the trolls as well. Obviously, those endeavors aren't going to keep Magic City aloft, but it might be fun to do in the game that we played. We had a little bit of stuff going on in Magic City before we went across the Troll Bridge. We explored, we brought things back, and then we had some things going on in Magic City afterwards. We got to explore a little bit. We got to go and take our stuff to the furnaces to feed the turbines. We got basically like tickets that had a value to them so that we could go and either spend or buy stuff as well. It's definitely a fun one-shot game, or to even play with younger players, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really great. And one of the great aspects of Over the Troll Bridge is every time you cross that bridge, you have the ability to explore into whatever genre or genre mash you feel like doing. So when we played, we kind of had this techno Western world that we went to go visit, which I thought was an absolute blast to play in. And so you could really kind of mix and mash as much as you want with this kind of stuff. And since crossing the bridge into wherever, it doesn't really matter, and it's not going to change what Troll City is or what Magic City is. So you really can play this always constant swinging mishmash of multiple genres and games, all within the same character, all within the same campaign. And that, I think kind of makes this a major selling point.
Yeah, I believe, if I recall correctly, the referee of the game, Brian, said, hey, give me a theme, give me a genre, and then he made some random rolls, and we essentially ended up going to this Wild Wild West setting. There was a giant cactus-like tower, which had a saloon and a casino in it. I won't go into too many details because if we have a gameplay on the channel. If you want to watch, you can and check it out. But it was definitely a lot of fun, and it's definitely one of those games that can be very zany and allow you to explore a lot of different genres.
So if you like this video, others like it, as well as all the great content that you can find over on nerdarchy.com, why not come check us out on Patreon and support us there?
Articles like Going Wild to create the free Zoo Mafia RPG Quick Start rules so we can explore our own RPG over there.
But if you're looking for another way to help support Nerdarchy, why not come check out Nerdarchy the Store? Products like Spirit of the Forge. In Spirit of the Forge, characters discover the Mage Forge, the most powerful magic item creation forge in the multiverse. If adventurers puzzle out how to gain entry, they'll have to deal with the artifact stewards and prove themselves worthy of the Mage Forge's incredible potential. This special encounter was created as a free promotion for Mageforge, magic items for 5th edition, designed in the same style as the 55 gorgeously illustrated out-of-the-box encounters. Spirit of the Forge is ready to drop right into your games with a new monster, a powerful sentient artifact, and the means to make, unmake, and forge your own magic items, along with engaging story elements this easy to use scenario will energize your gaming session.
Let us know if you've tried Over the Troll Bridge yet or not. If you haven't, go check it out. We'll put links in the description for that. And then you can come back and tell us all about it.
So while you're down there, don't forget to do all those things that make YouTube and Nerdarchy happy. Like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and click on that notification bell. You know the drill.
We drop new content Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so come on back. But you can't wait till then? No worries, we've got you covered. Check out the Over the Troll Bridge live gameplay session.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.